Action.
Hey guys, we're here at the Troy Industries booth with Cory. He's going to give us a rundown on one of their rifles. I believe it's both commercial and LED availability, right?
Yes, it is. So we have two versions. I appreciate you interviewing us. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have the Troy A4. So this is a 14.5 pin and welded muzzle device to our barrel, and a 223 Wild barrel. But we have a couple different versions of it. This one is actually our LE, but it represents the commercial side. Okay, so we're going to start at the bottom and then move forward. So we have a B5 stock and an ergo grip. We make our own, but we found out that all the customers were actually switching them out. So we went, why didn't you tell us sooner? We would have done this sooner. So we just did what the customers want on that.
It's pretty humble, you guys.
Well, I mean, it saves everybody money, so let's roll with it. It comes with our own buffer, so it's the H2 buffer that helps with recoil, and it actually helps with the forward assist, so you don't need it in that emergency. So it kind of forces the bolt carrier just a little bit more than normal. It comes with our ambidextrous gas diverting charging handle called the Pneuma. So this, as you can see, is suppressed, right? This is that version, and so it will actually divert gas to the right or the left. We have both versions.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's kind of weird, right?
Yep. Why not?
So one of our big things about Troy is our quality and our quality controls. So about 10, 15 years ago, there was a huge recall in the AR industry for trigger disconnects. People were getting double fires. Well, none of our guns were recalled, but at the time, we were susceptible to the same problem. So we started making our own disconnects at an S17 steel. It's about a $75 piece of hardened steel that we now put in the triggers that we get, and it 100% has made the disconnect 100% safe, zero faults. We actually have a problem destroying some that come out of the process that are out of specs. Okay. We can't cut them, we can't bend them, we actually have to weld them all together and make this tower of messed up pieces.
That's pretty awesome.
It is until you mess up, and then you have to make that tower.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, right?
No, I mean, I can just visualize that big stack.
Yeah.
The occasional fluke.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do with this?
Yeah, the cable cuts, or something goes off and it's just not right, or they warp. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I don't have to do it, but
yeah, that's right.
Anyway, so on this one, we have our Soxy Gen 2 rail. So this is actually has texturing in the rail.
And this is one of my favorite things I did not know you guys did. I played with these at the NRA show in Dallas, and I was like, "Whoa, that's like textured." And then I actually held it. It works really well.
Yeah,
it's extremely comfortable, and also gives you just a little bit more when you're on it,
right,
to just hold it a little better.
Hold it a little better, exactly. And so the funny thing is when the company came out with this, when Steve Troy was talking about this, I was like, I don't know. And then he put one in my hand. I was like, okay, I'm humble enough to admit I am so wrong. This was a genius idea.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I love the rail. I've actually moved to this rail from our outfit. So I was a purist in that aspect. But it has 4 QD mounts for your sling. So any way you want to run it, you can. It takes a standard mil-spec barrel nut. Why go with something proprietary that you have to pay extra? Doesn't make any sense. Almost everybody has mil-spec barrel nuts laying around, so we did that. It has our squid grips on there, which helps with texture and grip, and also helps reduce the heat from the barrel because our Soxy rail is a lot smaller than your standard M-line.
Yeah.
Smaller means closer to the barrel, it's closer to the gas tube, more heat. Our angled foregrip, our folding sights, and our suppressor, which is hopefully coming out by the beginning of Q1.
Okay.
So we're excited about that. Law enforcement's been getting them for about 2 years now, and I've been fighting to get them on the civilian side. And the only thing that stopped us is the actual fact that we've been selling out of them as quick as we can make them on the LE side. So we finally got that all worked out. We're finishing it up. There's going to be some minor changes to the suppressor, and then we're going to release it to the civilian side. We already have the prototypes done. They've been tested and everything, so we just got to, let the engineers and the planners figure that out, and they'll tell me when I'm good to go.
Awesome. What are the specs of the suppressor? What's it made of?
So I can't get too deep into that because I've been told not to.
All right.
Right?
Would you give me a class of product, like titanium, steel, nickel?
So it is steel. It's an over-the-barrel. Think your Mark 12 suppressor. Okay. So it does, as I said, it will change a little bit, but it does come off and it resets down in there.
Yep.
Okay. So you're looking at about a 29 dB reduction.
Wow.
Now that's our testing. Once again, that is our testing.
Sure, yeah.
We want to get it to, like Pew Science and stuff like that. That costs a lot of money if nobody's ever looked into that. If anybody wants to write us a check for that, that'd be awesome.
Can we kickstart that?
Yeah, no kidding, right? But 100% we just have to wait until we get more takeoff with this suppression and stuff like that, especially in today's market.
Yeah.
So on this rifle, the only thing that it doesn't really come with is actually our new riser.
All right.
So this is a 2.26 riser that uses a T1, T2 footprint. Now, one of the things about us being known for our sights is anything we do incorporates our sights.
Yep.
So most of the risers that you see out there will not allow you to co-witness with standard folding sights, right? Well, we are known for our standard folding sights, so of course we have it cut in there so you can co-witness with your sights, so you still have a backup.
That's amazing.
And what's cool is law enforcement loves it. Law enforcement is the one that asked us to do that, and so we did it, and now we're bringing it over to the civilian market. And this is actually the first show that we actually are selling it.
Awesome.
So it's pretty interesting. So the MSRP on the A4, which is the civilian version of this rifle, you're looking about $1,200. Suppressor, we're going for about $8 when it finally gets released. The riser, I gotta look over there, is about $120. So all in all, it's a great package. They've been flying off the shelves with the LE world. Civilian side, the guys that are getting them are loving them. We've given a couple away to nonprofits, and the guys who are using them every single day, they can't get enough of them. And now we're actually, guys that in departments are buying personal rifles, just like so.
That's always good validation.
Yeah, it is. And the thing with us is, if it's good enough for law enforcement and military, it's good enough for everybody else. And the reason is because who tests things more? Who goes out and shoots more than a SWAT team that has to qualify with a new rifle, right? Who goes out and shoots more than, let's say, an SF team about to deploy? So that's actually how we came up with our 45-degree our hand stop, right? Is we actually gave it to an SF that was getting ready to deploy and said, hey, test this out first. So everything we make has a purpose. Whether we let the purpose be known, there's a purpose.
Sure, yeah.
So
I love that. That's just making stuff to make it.
right. I mean, it's pointless. The 100% the texturing in the rail. Yeah, we didn't have to do that, but not everybody buys us screws. Not everybody likes us screws. So we gave them that extra texture to actually interact with their clothes. So yeah, 100%. Everything has a purpose.
Yeah, awesome. Dude, Cory, thanks so much.
Hey, I appreciate it, Adrian.
Really fun.